Hello, Leos. Thank you for joining me today. This will be your June 2020 ASMR tarot forecast. So first of all, I would like for you to take all of the negative energy, all of the negative feelings and emotions that you have been accumulating over the past month, over the past year, for however long. I want you to take all of them and just send them right into that candle flame for me. Very good. Yeah. And just watch that candle flame flicker. Just send all of that negative energy right into the flame and let it be consumed. Great. So today I have this sodalite pyramid crystal. I have this very beautiful dark purple amethyst, and I have this piece of kunzite which I love. It's very pale pink and it's very transparent. You can see right through it. I have another piece of kunzite that's a little more opaque. I love that too, but I like being able to see through the kunzite. I have here, in case we need to clarify any yes or no answers, this is an azurite. It's like a little blueberry shaped piece of azurite, and it has little flecks of malachite near the top. Yeah, there they are. So, and I have been beating my hands to heck and back. I don't know what my problem is, but if you see, I have some bruises and cuts on my hands. I hope that won't bother you too much. I can promise you it doesn't bother you as much as it bothered me when it happened. And then of course, we'll just cleanse the space with a little plain water. It's really nice to feel that mist on the skin. I also have, this is something a little bit different, and it's something that I made. I'll be using these Lenormand cards for the reading, which are vaporwave inspired, influenced, themed, and they are also non-binary, non-gender specific. So the man and woman cards have been replaced with self and other, so that if you are non-binary, you don't have to choose some random significator that doesn't relate to you. You can choose self, or if you're feeling out of sorts, you can even choose other. And of course, they work for gender conforming individuals as well, and gender binaries, and anyone can use them basically. Even if you don't have a sense of self, you can literally choose other as your significator. And of course, the main event. We've got the beautiful illuminated ethereal visions deck. It's so crazy to me that this is widely available as a commercial deck. I remember when it first came out. That's about the time when I bought it. It's not very expensive and it's beautifully illustrated. So let's get started. My one complaint is that my hands are so small, so I have to split the deck up into pieces in order to shuffle it properly. Leo, what are we looking at for June of 2020? This affects me just as much as it affects you. King of Cups reversed. So it could be since this is the current state of affairs that you feel disconnected from your emotions. It could be that you aren't feeling very nurturing right now. This King of Cups is a very paternal card, so it's possible that you are feeling not very much like that right now. It could also be a person in your life represented by this King of Cups reversed. Somebody who's not being very nurturing right now. But because this is literally the seat of self-position in your reading, I'm more inclined to see you as the King of Cups at this time. It's crossed by the Three of Pentacles. Three of Pentacles is about career. It's about having a job that you have more than entry-level experience in, but you're not quite a master of the trade yet. It's kind of like a journeyman But it can also be about working on your own, working independently, and being judged or supervised by others. What happened in the past? What was your past like? Seven of Swords. There was a betrayal there, and it was resolved. So whatever this betrayal, whatever this Seven of Swords betrayal was, it's not going on. It's not happening in your life anymore, which is good. We have here, in the current state of affairs, the Ten of Cups. So even though your significator so far in this reading is the King of Cups, I do get that there is a lot of happiness in your home right now. That can't be true for everyone, I'm sure, but I think it's kind of saying, like, you might not be feeling it, but there's a lot of love and happiness in your home right now. Or maybe you're just being kind of distant. What about the future? The Well. And it's reversed. So the Well is an interesting card. Those of you who are not very familiar with this deck might be surprised to see it. There are 2 extra cards that were created by the artist just for this deck, and the Well is one of them. It's about plumbing the depths. Going down into a well is a very dark and unpleasant experience. I think it's possible that that energy might affect you in the near future. And you can see that she's got this little lamp here to light the way. I don't think June, though. Won't be happening in June. But it may have to do with this betrayal. This betrayal itself is over, but that doesn't mean that the repercussions can't last for a very long time. Especially considering your own personal headspace. I'm sure that past trauma has probably disconnected you from your emotions to some extent. We'll find out more about this card. I'll be pulling some of these Lenormand cards, and we'll look a little more closely at that situation, because obviously it's going to look different for some of you than others. It's a general reading. Nope, not gonna turn it over yet. Alright, here is you. So we'll find out a little bit more about your current situation. Here, we have the Five of Wands. Well, that's very telling indeed, because actually sometimes when you're in the Five of Wands situation, it looks a lot like the Seven of Swords. But Five of Wands, these guys are all kind of honing their skills. They're practicing. It's a friendly rivalry It's a game. It's not serious. And in fact, on some cards, these are depicted as grown men, but on this card, actually, you can see that they're quite young. They're more like teenage boys. And so, keep that in mind. Teenage boys can be kind of cruel sometimes, but not out of maliciousness, more out of insecurity usually. Here's the mirror that the world is holding back to you. And it's the Ace of Pentacles, and an energy that I've been getting a lot, not just for myself, but for a lot of the Leo readings is, and that I've heard in other tarot readings, because of course I don't live in a vacuum. I watch so many tarot readings on YouTube. I feel like it's a great way to hone your skills as a reader. None of that withstanding, for Leos specifically, I feel like the world is kind of saying, why are you not just gonna reach out and take it? Why don't you just do it? They see your promise and they see your potential. And sometimes people don't understand why you don't just do the things that you're supposed to be doing. A lot of times we don't really know, right? Sometimes it's hard to see. But this Ace of Pentacles reversed could also speak to an opportunity coming into you in the near future. And it would be very interesting if that was linked to this particular event. I don't often do this, so I hope you'll forgive me. But I do want to reference the book, because while I'm pretty sure that's the meaning of the card, I also, okay. So, here it says the astrological correspondence is the constellation Gaia. The well is the birthplace of ideas, inspiration, and transformation. All things are birthed from this creatrix, and knowledge flows freely to those who seek it. Upright, it could be nurturing, opportunity, nature, or creativity, and reversed, it says that it's destruction, endings, cold, and stagnant. So, kind of what I was saying already fits with that. So I'll stick with that vibe. But I did want to just check. Just because I want to make sure, it's not a card that I'm super familiar with. But when I go to clarify, I think I'll be using the Lenormand cards later, and I'm going to use the Lenormand cards to clarify between these two, the Well and the Ace of Pentacles. So, next we have your hopes and fears. It's the Five of Cups, and it's in the reverse. Wow, this really speaks to me, you know? Sorry. The idea of, because I can see the future sometimes, that you can see this disappointment coming and not knowing how to prevent it per se. And so the fear of seeing disappointment looming in the future and not knowing if you're going to be able to do anything about it, that really speaks to me on a visceral level. Alright, here we go. We have got the Tower reversed and the Hierophant reversed. The Tower, obviously, this is going to be a profound change occurring, and it probably, again, won't happen in June. So I think that this well and this tower are definitely connected. And then the Hierophant here. The Hierophant is a spiritual leader and not a political one necessarily, although there are political aspects to that card. But it's more about your moral longevity and your uprightness and leading by example rather than by force. And in fact, there's a lot of common energy between the Hierophant and the King of Cups that you wouldn't necessarily think of right off the bat. The King of Cups rules with his heart. The Hierophant, of course, rules with his morality. Can be a wedding card, so some of you might end up getting married this year or sometime soon, probably not in the month of June. This could also be about a divorce because it's in the reverse, and if that's the case, that could be happening much sooner, and would go along with this narrative, in fact. But I think I'm going to go ahead and start looking at some of these finer details. I haven't had to use the pendulum yet, but it's certainly not too late. Let's see how this goes. We have the fish, that's money. The coffin, that's an ending. And the fox, that's cunning, or it could be kind of it can be about a job. It could be about the kind of self-employed work like tarot readers or hairdressers, or if you're a makeup artist. And we were building this bridge. It does kind of look like an end of money coming in through a particular line of work to me. So, I'm not sure exactly how to take that. Let's see about the well to the Ace of Pentacles reversed. We've got the ship. The ship is about mobility. It's about travel. We have other. This could be about the other person in your life. And we have the child. So the child is about things that are new or things that are very simple. And this being new, like a new source of money. So I see one end to a source of money here, and possibly travel with another person, bringing in a new source of money for you. Tower's been coming out a lot in that position, and I have definitely shuffled these cards a lot. Rider and the birds. Alright, what does that mean though? What does that mean, Verge? Well, the tower could be business. The tower could also be about control. The tower and the Ten of Cups being next to each other, I take this more to be about something that's very established, an establishment. And then the rider is possibly a visitor from afar. The birds could be about social media. And this could be about, like, if you have a YouTube channel, or if you have a Twitch stream that you do regularly, or any kind of, because I see here the writer being kind of about you being that visitor. The writer and the birds together, like, definitely like one person visiting a lot of other people, but possibly through social media. And so then with the tower over here, I feel like that has kind of become your established business. So this isn't necessarily bad, but it is, it does look like to me that one type of employment, one form of income is coming to an end, and that possibly something else will be coming in. And it's possible that you could be like the Hierophant, you could be more like a spiritual leader in the future. Especially with as disconnected as you're feeling right now with the King of Cups. It could all come around again. And with the well in the reverse, you know, obviously that can mean plumbing your soul and going to the depths. I would like to find out a little bit more about this situation of employment, though, and money coming in, for obvious reasons. My name is Verge Bliss. I eat a Snickers bar every day. No. Okay, well that's true. I don't eat a Snickers bar every day. Leo is going to see the end of one form of income. Another form of income will become available to Leo when that income is depleted. Alright, so I don't see that you are going to end up, financially destitute, but you're going to be shifting income streams. I know that if you're anything like me, you've been wanting for that to happen for a while. So, will that shift in income be occurring for Leo during the month of June 2020? Alright. No. Will the new form of income be coming in for Leo in July of 2020? No. Sometimes I have trouble pinpointing the exact times of things. Will the new income stream be available to Leo in August of 2020? Alright, so here we are. Came to a complete stop. In time for Leo's birthday in August of 2020, will they have a new income stream available? Alright, so it should be by your birthday. I know that some of you have July birthdays. Thank you. And of course, there's such thing as, early, middle, and late placement, so that can affect these things as well. But as far as all of these things are concerned, I think it's just letting you know what's going to be going on in the future. And, it is possible that there will be opportunities for traveling up in the future. And again, people from the outside don't always understand your thought processes, and maybe you didn't think of something. Maybe it didn't occur to you that you could just walk over to this place and pick up money right off the ground, right? Maybe that didn't occur to you. And so people are not very understanding about that. They expect you to be quick. They expect you to be sharp. They expect you to be like the fox. Hustle, man, hustle. So, I think it's important to keep that in mind, that the opinions of others and what you perceive to be going on, which is like this friendly rivalry here, and of course, your traumas from the past and all of that go into these emotions that you have related to your livelihood. But I do see, some good things coming in. I think overall it'll be a positive experience for you, and so I hope that you have a great month of June, and I will see you again soon. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, tell your friends. Let me know if you liked the Lenormand deck I was using and the different camera angles. And I hope you have a great one.